everybody, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by today. I hope you will enjoy today's video and you'll subscribe and become part of my YouTube channel family. And if you're already subscribed to me, thanks so much for stopping by for today's video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I feel like today's video is really important because I've been talking so much on my channel lately about what's going on in the world, and I can't say the word because YouTube will take my video down or demonetize it. But you know what I mean. The reason that so many of us are self-quarantining, social distancing, all that stuff, that reason. I've been talking a lot about that on my channel lately because I really want to remind you guys that you're not alone. So many of us all over the world are in this with you. And I also try to keep the thought in your mind that there are blessings that can come from this situation, even though it's really, really hard. So today I'm going to actually be sharing 8 ways that you can not only survive through this quarantine, self-isolation, social distancing season of life, but you can also thrive throughout this season. So things that you can do right now from your home that will help you not only survive this quarantine, but thrive throughout the whole process and come out on the other side a stronger, better person. So if you want to hear my 8 tips for surviving and thriving during quarantine, then stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing, I know a lot of us have experienced this issue, myself included, is it's really hard to get your hands on certain groceries or items that you need for everyday life. This is not about toilet paper, but when it comes to food and finding groceries that you need to feed yourself and your family, that has been a struggle for us. Even though we have been really blessed, there's not anything that we wanted to get that we couldn't live without, but still it's hard to try to feed your family with a grocery list and you go to the grocery or you make an order online and those things are not there. And you really have to make do with what you do find. So you're kind of meal planning in reverse. You may have a meal plan in mind, but then you actually have to kind of reevaluate once you get your order and once you pick up your groceries. Okay, what did I actually get that I asked for and what meals can I make from this? So there's 2 things that are really handy, 2 resources that are really, really handy in this situation, really any situation, but especially right now, where you have to really figure out what meals can I make with what I have. There are actually several websites that you can use that you put in the ingredients that you have and it will generate recipes that use those ingredients. So the 2 that I use quite a bit are myfridgefood.com and supercook.com. Both of those websites, and like I said, there are others, but both of those websites, you input the ingredients that you have on hand and it will pull up any recipes that have those ingredients. So you can really kind of figure out, okay, I've got broccoli and turkey and some spices. What can I make with this? And then it'll pull up recipes for that and really make the most out of what you actually are able to get at the grocery store. The thing is, even if you're not sticking to a normal schedule, do things that make you feel normal every single day. Normal things you would do if everything was perfectly fine out in the world and you could leave and come and go as you please and do what you want. Things in your life that you do habitually every single day or week that make you feel normal. For me, that is keeping up with homeschooling. We still homeschool. That has not changed. It's also working here at home for YouTube, which is my job, and working out and keeping up with basic household jobs, and in addition to projects that we've started because we're here at home. You know, doing those things, staying busy, staying productive, staying motivated, that really help you to spend your time wisely, and it really does give your brain a sense of calm when you're doing some things you can control. You can't control what's going on in the world. You can't control the fact that you may not get the groceries that you want. You can't control what's going on with the economy or your job. You can't control any of that stuff, but what you can control is what you do in your home and how you spend your time. So do things that make you feel normal, that you would do anyway, whether this was happening out in the world or not. The third thing that really might help you through this process, a lot of you guys have told me over the last few weeks that you really miss going to the library. And I'm sure you miss a lot of the socialization of it. But if it's just a matter of you miss being able to go and get books to read, definitely don't forget that most libraries have a free app called Hoopla and or Libby. Those are 2 apps that I know of that libraries have that you can sign up with your library card. It's free. And you can get downloads of audiobooks and ebooks. So it's really good for you. It's really good for your kids because it is free and you get those ebooks and audiobooks available to you. Even music is on there that you don't have to pay for. The 4th thing that I think is really, really super important, and I should have put it first, but is to stay active or get active. It is so important to get physical exercise every single day. Not just for your physical health, but for your mental health. I feel like it really, honestly, for me, exercise is just as much a mental thing as it is a physical thing. I need that release. I need that exertion. I need that challenge. And I have to have that. It helps me sleep better. It helps with my nerves. It just is so, so important. But especially right now, when we're home all the time, it can tend to get you down in the dumps. You need that boost of endorphins. There's so many benefits to exercise. So if you're not working out, now is the perfect time to start. Think of how you're going to look and how you're going to feel. Maybe the weight you'll lose, or the tone that you'll gain, or the strength that you'll gain. By the time this is over and you get to leave your house, just by working out at home for a few weeks when nobody was seeing you, how surprising that's going to be when they see you again. They're like, hey, have you lost weight? And you're like, yes, I have. Think of how good that's going to make you feel. If you have already been working out and maybe you worked out at home, maybe you had to go to a gym, don't stop working out just because you can't go to the gym. Don't give up on your workouts just because the world is kind of in a mess right now. Keep up with your workouts. It is so important. And that also goes for your kids and your pets too. I've been working out with YouTube videos with my youngest for a little bit now because it's been so cold and rainy here. She wasn't able to go out and play. My oldest daughter has been working out with YouTube videos as well, but she was doing that before all this started, but she's kept up with that. And I really feel like it's important, not just for you, but for your kids and your pets as well. This is not a separate tip, but just kind of hand in hand with number 4 is taking care of your health as a whole. You know, it can be really tempting to sit around on the couch and eat brownies and potato chips all day, or skip meals, or have a really big, giant, unhealthy meal. Different things that can happen to us mentally when we are stressed out and things are kind of thrown out of whack that we want to do is just sit around and eat cake. But that's not good for you, and you can have cake, but I mean, it's still really important to feed your body things that are good for it. So make sure, even if you're having a few extra snacks here and there, that you're still getting nutritious food, you're still eating proteins, you're still having carbs, you're still drinking your water, you're still taking your vitamins. And all of those things are really important. Don't give up on your health just because everything might be a little uncertain right now, because now is the most important time to make sure that you stay healthy. And again, that really has a big role on your mental state too, when you know that you're fueling your body with things that it actually needs and not just a bunch of junk. My 5th tip is a little bit strange, but it's really important. You know, a lot of us are not driving right now, or we're not driving as much. Like, we have 2 cars. So my husband, when he goes out to get the groceries, my van just sits around day after day. I haven't driven in over a month. We've been making a conscious effort to either take the van out for a drive a couple times a week, or start the van, just let it run for a little while, just to make sure that it's all the systems are moving, kind of keep the battery going. So don't forget to start your cars, obviously with the garage door open, or take a drive, just to make sure that you're keeping those kind of going and working well. On that same token, a lot of car insurance companies are giving discounts because people aren't driving as much or at all. So definitely check with your auto insurance company, whatever company you have, because most of them are giving discounts. And from what I understand, it's an automatic discount. It's not something you have to call about, but you still, if you don't know if your company is participating in this, it wouldn't hurt to give them a call and ask, say, hey, are you giving a discount on policy premiums because, you know, we're not driving? Just to kind of see, to give you an idea of maybe some money you might save just because you're not using your car as much right now. Another thing that I think is really important and really fun during this time is to make sure you stay connected with family and friends, whether that be through phone calls or texts. But I think even more important than that is people want to see your face. People want to talk to you and look at your eyes. They want to see your expressions, and it's just really fun. And I think with technology today, there's no reason why that we cannot see each other face to face, even if it's not actually in person. So for us, we use FaceTime quite a bit. We've had a FaceTime dinner with my parents, and sometimes we'll just FaceTime my mom and dad, you know, just to talk. I mean, I could talk on the phone to her, and I do talk to her on the phone every day, but it's fun too to see each other face to face. So don't forget that. Don't neglect that. Be creative. Think of all different ways you could have like a FaceTime party, or if you know how to use Zoom, you can have a Zoom party and get all your friends on there. Maybe have a watch party and watch a show together while you're on FaceTime, you know, just to kind of make it interactive, but get that connection with people that are in your life that you aren't getting to see physically. You can still see them on screen and talk to them and kind of share moments that way. Okay, the 7th thing, you guys, this may not help you at all, but this helps me. This has always helped me. I like to watch shows that either A, make me feel comfortable and safe, or B, I am watching somebody on the screen who's in a situation similar to mine, if that makes sense. So for me, I like to watch shows that remind me that other people are in my situation. So like my example is the Andy Griffith Show, or any of those shows that were like from the 50s and 60s, where life was simple. They stayed home most of the time. They were happy doing their housework. They ate all their meals at home. Like, that was normal. in those shows and in that time. And so it makes me feel normal now when I look at Andy Griffith in the show and I think, okay, they were at home all day, they ate all their meals at home, they went home for lunch, like they did that, and that's kind of what my experience is now. Does that make sense? When I was little, it was like I like to watch shows that kids were in school. So like Saved by the Bell, I used to like the cartoon Arthur, and I still do, but I won't watch it anymore. But I like those shows where they would show kids in school because I could relate to that. It made me feel comfortable that other people were doing that too. Even though I know it was make-believe, it made me feel better and it gave me comfort. And sometimes you just have to do that. You just have to find those things, however silly they may be, that make you happy and make you feel comfortable and safe and normal. Whatever that is, watch it if you enjoy it and let yourself kind of get away from the real world for a little while. Okay, and my last tip for surviving and thriving through this whole thing, and I've talked about this before, but prayer. It is always important to pray. You don't want to just pray when you need something, of course. That's not really the way it's supposed to work, but it's especially important if you don't pray to start, and if you already pray, to keep up with it. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on God. He's got this. He knows what's going on. He knows how this is going to end. He knows how this is going to change us for the good and the bad. He is going to work it together for our good. He's going to help us through this situation. So whether that be praying, journaling, church service, however you spend time with God, however you talk to him and spend time along with him, keep on doing that, because that is really going to give you a lot of strength and comfort that you don't even know until you actually do it and keep up with it. So like Philippians 4:13 has said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's really true. And that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That doesn't mean it's going to end the way that we want it to. That doesn't mean that it's ever going to go away and we're not ever going to have to hear about this situation again. It doesn't mean that. Praying for God's help through all this, praying for the country, praying for the president, praying for the economy, praying for other people is really, really important, and to pray that you accept what comes and what is. Keep that in mind. I just want to encourage you, if you already pray, to keep up with your prayer routine, and if you don't, now is a great time to start and grow your relationship and your faith in God. So I hope these 8 tips were helpful for you guys. I really want you to take this time that we have. We have all been forced into time of slowing down. We've all been forced into our homes. And it's really important to not squander this time. Use it to the best of our ability, get things done, be proactive, be motivated, be productive, and be together. Be together with who is in your house and keep up with relationships that you aren't getting to see in person. Keep up with those relationships through phone or FaceTime or however you want to. That's really, really important. And I think how we handle this situation is a very big test of who we are as people. I think it's been a really interesting experience of what has already come from it and what is going to come from it. It's just really interesting, and only time's going to tell, but I do hope it teaches a lot of us a lesson, myself included, about things going too fast, time going too fast, what we spend time on that maybe we don't have to, and what the really most important things are. So I really, really hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful and motivational and encouraging and inspiring. If you did, make sure you share it with anybody else in your life that may benefit from hearing it. Also, leave me any comments of how you guys are doing, your struggles in this whole situation, or the positives in this situation, or any suggestions you have for anybody out there of ways that you think you can use this time that we're here at home to not only survive and make it through it, but also to thrive and make the best of a bad situation, because that's all you can really do, right? That's all we can do at this point. So I definitely look forward to hearing your comments in the comments below. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.